not a conspiracy theory, if someone puts evidence forward, puts opinions forward, and says this is going to happen, and then it happened, how could you label that as a conspiracy theory? A conspiracy theory is when I just make up a bunch of dots and connect them and have no logical way to get there.
Yeah, they're telling you you're not allowed to have critical thinking.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell our wearers, be aware that when it comes to controlling the argument, the left does a great job at controlling the vocabulary. So do not let them put you down by just saying it's a conspiracy theory, especially when you yourself put up articles, you put up links, you're saying, look, I'm not making this up.
Sure, but I mean, we're dealing with a bunch of dumb people that follow this, that want to believe something simple and stupid. I appreciate your call, Kent. Raymond in Kentucky, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah. Here's the thing, okay? It terrifies the establishment that Trump is an independent candidate. I mean, he owes a few people peanuts and stuff like that. But other than that, he's supporting his own campaign, which means he's not going to owe anybody anything when he gets in. That is terrifying to a corrupt system. And also,
by the way, he's taking zero money from Big Pharma. That right there, the guy's a superstar of goodness.
Right, exactly. You see my point. And the next point I'd like to make is our forefathers didn't stand for the government that had control over them, occupying their own country. Why would we allow the U.S. government, a corrupt government who is trying to exert control on the people, to maintain absolute control? Why would we allow them to occupy us?
One word.
You know, and
one word, television. They've created an artificial fantasy land that most people sit in front of all day that's artificial disinformation and totally controlled, so people are living in fantasy land.
They need to wake up. I would use the F word, but I know that's not permitted. Yeah, they need to wake up.
No, you're right, Raymond. And we don't just mean wake up figuratively. Medically, many people are in a near sleepwalking trance state. The TV puts them into that brainwave, you know, the mainline TV. I appreciate your call. Great points, Raymond. All right, we'll get to Chris next, and then we'll get to Robert and James and Wes and many others. 800-259-9231. And then, coming up, Tucker Carlson from the DNC. Stay with us.
Do you like Hillary?
Yep, been supporting her for over 10 years, of course.
And what do you think about the FBI director coming out and saying she had 110 classified emails?
I did not send or receive any information that was marked
DNC coverage. I'm Alan Shields.
From the group of 30,000 emails returned to the State Department in 2014, 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received.
At the time.
At the time they were sent or received.
No.
You don't believe it?
No. We're good.
All right, we're good.
Tony, in order to support Hillary, you have to deceive yourself and
pretend that crime doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Pretend the crime doesn't matter.
Hey, you voting for Hillary Clinton? So what are your big issues? Are you for gun control?
Yes. Eliminate them. Take them out of the hands of the people.
I trust Hillary. Hillary's the best. Go Hillary.
Disturbing.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for.
Yeah. I ain't giving you no change.
Come on, buddy, please. Vote for Hillary. Trump is not going to get the vote. Disturbing.
All right, we got the Peace Bernie bike coming down here.
Yeah, Bernie is like the best candidate I've seen.
People are trying to climb over the fence now to get into where the DNC is taking place.
Of course, they tried to shut him down because it's rigged.
As far as I'm concerned, she's cleared. Hillary Clinton is cleared from all charges.
And I am for gun control.
You don't have our vote, you don't have our money, and Trump's gonna flatten you like a pancake, Hillary.
Obama's totally awesome. We're gonna miss him.
F you, Hillary Clinton.
We're not voting for Hillary in no way, shape, form, or fashion. That's a wrap. No, like, everything that she's done, everything that she's about, we cannot just fall in line. No matter if Bernie's supporting her, I don't care who's supporting her. I'm not supporting her, and that's just that. She doesn't hold none of our values. She holds no one's value. She's not accountable. She's not held accountable for anything. She wasn't held accountable for the emails. She wasn't held accountable for Benghazi. She wasn't held accountable for Libya. She's not held accountable for anything. So nobody in their right mind should even think about voting for that lady.
What do you think about the FBI director basically saying every reason why she was guilty, but then saying she should be let off?
He was paid, or he knows that a hit team will come after him. That's what I believe.
You think Bernie Sanders was paid off?
No, I don't think Bernie was paid off.
We're talking about Director James Comey. Yes.
He knows something that we don't know. You know what I mean?
It feels pretty funny.
Something happened.
His life was threatened, I bet.
And I think
Bernie's Carlson coming up in 60 seconds.
For him to do that, for him to say we're going to a contested convention and then give in, for him to think that, I just can't fathom it. Like, I really can't fathom it anymore. Like, it's just crazy.
So why do you think that the election was stolen? I mean, do you think that Hillary is there to
11 states that have reported election fraud? 11 states. That goes beyond the margin of error.
Well, why is Hillary doing this? Why is Hillary doing this? What's her game plan?
Me personally, I think she want to go to war with Russia. That's what I think.
Hell no, DNC. We won't vote for Hillary. Hell no, DNC. We won't vote for Hillary. Hell no, DNC. We won't vote for Hillary. Hell no, DNC. We won't vote for Hillary.
Freedom of press, idiot!
That's a few minutes of the bedlam going on a daily basis outside the DNC, where their own constituents are rebelling against them. Sanders clearly won California and New Hampshire and other states. They're just not letting the delegates actually be there. They're putting in fake delegates, super delegates. This is so naked that it's not even a, quote, conspiracy theory. It's so crazy to see Clinton toddling around like a corpse, Hillary running around looking like the Joker, that I'm wondering if this is like some simulation. Is it really happening? Of course, I'm being sarcastic. Tucker Carlson's been nice enough during his lunch hour covering the DNC for Fox to join us. He's the founder of the 24-hour news site, thedailycaller.com. And, of course, everybody knows who he is, so no need to get into the libertarian conservatives background, dailycaller.com, 20-plus year veteran of journalism. Tucker, the world is really getting crazy. I could ask a lot of questions here, but I want to ask you, where do we start? I mean, is this not a referendum on the decaying establishment? I think Trump has proven that the old Republican establishment's going out. It looks like the Democrats are trying to hang on. Will they be successful?
Well, you let me just say, you have really captured the fun vibe here in Philadelphia. I mean, it is the most unhappy city I've been to in a long time. I keep running.
Cleveland was like a party. It was fun.
It's unbelievable. Actually, the Bernie people were very nice.
Yeah.
At least to me, and I'm not sympathetic to their economic program, but the thing that distinguishes the Bernie people from the Hillary people here is that they actually believe in something. So if you stand at the entrance to the convention center and you watch people file in, the Bernie people, I mean, they're always friendly, always nice. The Hillary people are mostly lobbyists from Washington or sort of 70s era feminists. And it's a completely different feeling. So the Bernie people really are true believers, and I'm not using that as an insult, but rather as a compliment. I mean, they believe in something and they're shocked.
They have a million times more credibility than just the Washington insiders.
I think they do. Look, if you've met them, you show up and they want to tell you what they believe and they want to convince you that they're right. The Hillary people have no interest in convincing you. They're interested in power, acquiring it, wielding it, mostly for their own benefit. I mean, it's not just Hillary. Of course, it's the establishment. It's people who've benefited from the last 15 years in America who've become richer and more powerful. They obviously don't want change, and a lot of other people do.
Let me ask you this question, and I want to get into what front and center for you, Tucker. All the scandals, though, it just has a smell, a feeling. Like, I know if she gets in, she's going to get impeached. I know there's nothing she can do short of becoming a dictator or something, and she looks so ill. I mean, she just looks like a failure. Clinton looks like he's about to die. He's up there shaking. I mean, it just seems like a joke. So I feel like we're winning, even if Trump doesn't get in.
Well, I will say this. I haven't met a single person who likes Hillary. I mean, a lot of my neighbors...
I haven't either.
No, it's so strange. A lot of people I live near are voting for her. They're here supporting her. But they're doing so because they see material gain in her election. They want to be ambassador to Belgium. And so they're here, signing on early to the program. But I haven't met anybody, not one person who says, I really like her. I think she's a good person. She's an honest person. She's direct. She'll be a great leader. I haven't heard that at all. She's the default candidate. I think they are suffering from sort of the opposite of what the Republicans are suffering from. They had no field. There were no real candidates. It was basically Bernie Sanders, that loser governor from Maryland, and Hillary Clinton. So
because they're so controlled, like the Communist Politburo. So let me ask you this then. Where do you see this going?
Well, I mean, Hillary Clinton's the nominee. I'm leaving in a minute to go watch her give her speech tonight here. And she's really the candidate for people who are terrified by or disgusted by Donald Trump. And mostly that means on the left, people who think he's racist. So the rest of this campaign is going to be about one thing. Donald Trump is a bigot, because that is the fastest way to get Democratic voters to the polls to vote against bigotry. I'm convinced that's their only campaign tactic. They're not even, here's the thing, and I'm not hardly endorsing Trump, but I'm just struck by this. They're not even engaging his argument. You haven't seen one person in Philadelphia explain why mass immigration is good for America. Not one person has explained that, or why our current trade deals have been a great success for the middle of the country. Nobody is even pretending that those are arguments.
Instead Obama says Hillary will enforce immigration law when he's ignoring it. It's just crazy.
Right. It's not an adult exchange of ideas. And you see it in the press, too. Donald Trump is a lunatic. Donald Trump has no self-control. By the way, Donald Trump doesn't have much self-control. But is that really the point? The point is Trump makes a specific case about a bunch of different policies. If you disagree with that case, tell me why. Tell me why he's wrong and give me
I disagree with the 0% interest rates, but he's not out to get America, so I'm supporting him.
Right. Exactly.
Tucker, for you, what are the central themes now? What are you looking for as the next shoe to drop?
Well, in the Hillary campaign, I mean, it's, there's a lot out there. The WikiLeaks emails, as far as I know, have not been fully vetted by anybody. There are just too many of them. And so it's possible we'll hear more there. By the way, if the DNC emails were hacked, who knows whose emails have been hacked? Which is something, by the way, to think about if you communicate by email all day, as I do. I mean, you wouldn't want your email out there. Probably time to change your password. But I think there's going to be more of that kind of thing that comes out. But for me, the campaign theme, the only one that matters to me is immigration, because it touches on everything.
It's basic sovereignty. I mean, you've got to follow the law. You can't just open it up and give people free stuff.
There's no more important question than who gets to live in your country and who gets to vote for its leadership. That's the basic question that any country faces, and immigration affects that directly. So I'd like to see, I hope, and it probably won't happen, but I'd really like to see a national referendum, a national debate on that question. Do we have too many immigrants coming in? Not enough? I mean, let's talk it out. And
well, I saw one this morning that's starting to get picked up. One of these tagged emails is the Clinton campaign telling Google what hashtags to block, for crooked Hillary and stuff. And then now Google won't even let you, as of this morning, they may have changed it, search presidential candidate. Donald Trump doesn't even show up. I mean, this is so transparent.
Well, the problem is, as you know, is you have a couple of companies with more power than any media company has ever wielded in the history of the country. There's just never been a monopoly like Facebook or Google, ever. And so, the potential for abuse of power is huge. And by the way, both of those companies are deeply tied into the Democratic establishment, to the Obama administration, to the Hillary campaign. I think we don't exactly know what's going on, but it's really clear to me there's massive potential for abuse, scary abuse, the kind of abuse that controls public opinion. I mean, that should make any normal person nervous.
Well, sure, search engine heads and Zuckerberg have bragged about this, and now they're doing it, and it just makes a joke of the term "don't be evil." Let me ask you this question. They've got national polls out, as you know, LA Times and others with them 7.3 ahead, 7.8 ahead. Internal polling, I've been told, showing that number. I said that a week ago, 7 or so. Obviously, it's an electoral college, so you got battleground states. But my gut is there's a lot of folks that are closeted who are really going to vote for Trump. In fact, that's what people are telling me. So let's say he's really 10 points ahead. Let's say he narrowly wins. If Hillary's already stolen the nomination, they're already rigging search engines, they're already doing all this, they're already announcing, the day before that the donors decided Hillary would win California. I mean, Tucker, isn't it safe to say that we expect Hillary or her people to try to steal the election if they've already stolen the nomination?
Well, look, whenever you frame an election as not a contest between ideas, like I think this, you think that, let's see who the voters agree with. That's what an election has typically been in our country. They framed it this way. You have a fascist dictator